Deb here, your spiritual cheerleader and mentor. Welcome to Greater is Jesus in Me YouTube channel. And you know what to do. Subscribe now. And friends, today we have a very special guest, and she's right here. Our resident esthetician, Syreeta. Hey! And let me tell you guys, I have not seen Syreeta since March, I think, 2020,
Yes.
right
Wow.
before the pandemic. We connect, we communicate all the time, but this is the first time since then that
Yes.
we see each other face to
Yes.
face. So I'm so excited. And Syreeta is here to do something very special, a facial. And I want you guys, in my book, I talk about facials. That is on page, let me tell you right now, where I talk about total body care. That is facials, and page 94. Ladies, please get this book, Amazon, okay? So Syreeta, what type of facial are we doing today?
So we're gonna do something very relaxing. We're just gonna do like a basic cleanse. We're gonna do a nice brightening mask. And we're really gonna just focus on making sure that everything's nice and smooth, address any other anti-aging concerns that Miss Debbie may or may not be concerned with, and then end it with a nice massage overall, upper body massage.
And Syreeta is mobile.
Yes.
And I am impressed. And you guys are going to see the setup. You're going to see everything. You're going to see all the creams that she has here. And what's that over there, Syreeta?
Oh, it's my steam machine. So basically,
Okay.
I have my magnifier and be able to steam.
She got a steam machine and everything. So you guys are going to see all that. Stay tuned.
Okay, so now I'm going to start in with this a simple cleanse with Miss Debbie. I go through 2 times in order to make sure that all the oil and all of the makeup, if she has any, is removed. For anybody who actually has more makeup, I do take a 3rd layer off with an oil. But for Miss Debbie, because she has beautiful skin, I don't need that. Going into this this cleanse, I like the Image product myself. It is proven technology, and it combines it with traditional skincare for better results. So I'm going to cleanse Miss Debbie with a vitamin C cleanser. And Miss Debbie is very good for your audience to know that I really do end up coming with items, and I specify it to what the clientele actually needs.
So you customize the facial. That's very good because everybody's skin is different.
Yes. And how's the pressure?
Feels good.
Okay.
It feels good. And ladies and gentlemen too.
Yes.
If you've never had a facial, you don't know what you're missing out.
And for you gentlemen, I also like to go in, if you have a beard, I can accommodate that too. Because I know sometimes men shy away from facials because they don't know how the beard is going to be accommodated.
And why is it important to have facials? I know everybody sometimes, not everybody maybe can afford a facial, but what are the benefits of the facials?
It basically helps with, regenerating the skin from season to season. It also helps just to have a professional, like anything you would go to a doctor for checkup, going to a esthetician or a skincare specialist for a checkup with your skin just ensures that there's no growths happening that shouldn't be there. In that case, we would refer you to a dermatologist. The relaxation and experience is good too, but also to address any concerns that you have. In this day and age, everybody seems to be concerned about appearance, and your face is like the first thing you know, that you show to the world. So it's really important to just make sure you maintain it health-wise, and just make sure you put your best foot forward and you look fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Very good for the skin, and especially as we age,
Yes.
we have to do a little bit more.
And some people be like, "Oh, I need you to come like every month." For me, I'm you know, a less is more unless you really need it. But most people can actually get away with only coming to get a facial like quarterly. With the change of the season, it's definitely recommended.
I agree with that, and I try to do it at least 3 times a year, and I say that I'm so happy that you're doing it because you guys, you ladies know Syreeta as our resident esthetician, but Syreeta is very close to me. I have God has blessed me with friends of all ages, and Syreeta is a very close friend. Love her like a daughter, so I'm excited about having her do this facial on me today.
And don't you just love friends who got special skills?
I'm telling you, love it.
And now what I'm gonna do is go in, step on camera really quickly, and get a warm towel.
This is so convenient at home. It can't get any better than this. And Syreeta has everything you need, everything she needs to do the facial.
Yes, I come to you. I mean, I have all the equipment, all the products. And the good thing, Miss Debbie, is if individuals want to buy anything that I'm using, I don't carry supply with me, but I can actually, you can order with me and I can get it shipped directly to your home.
That's awesome. And you know what? And two, what about ladies having a facial party?
Oh yeah, we can do express facials with no problem at all. So that is definitely something that's fun. And people would enjoy. Put the towel here now. What Miss Debbie had, for everyone who's watching, is a cream cleanser. So it's not a lot of foam. It basically, with the vitamin C. Vitamin C should be nourishing. It shouldn't be anything that's really, really harsh. So basically, that's what's going on with me. If you don't see any bubbles on her skin, it's basically because of the type of cleanser that I'm using. And you have normally 3 types. You have the foaming, you have the cream, and then there is more like a scrub. So we're not using that. Come back. Oh, okay. Oh, Miss Debbie is here, drawing just a little bit, basking in her glory. I'm gonna step off camera really quickly. So now that I've done the cleanse, the next thing would be to actually go in and do some type of exfoliation. So for this, what I am actually going to do is there is an enzymatic mask basically means it is a mask that you would use. It's not abrasive at all, but it has more properties to do a light exfoliation without me trying to scrub too hard or without any type of machine or modality to scrape or force anything out her pores on her skin.
And now that you mentioned that people with sensitive skin, they have to let you know if they're allergic to anything or
Yes.
if they have any type of sensitivity.
Yes, because I can address all of that, but I definitely need to know up front. And I did ask Miss Debbie off camera as well too, just to kind of get her take on everything. But that is something that is very, very important. So for this, Miss Gabby gets to try this out. It is a ageless total resurfacing mask. So what that is it's going to, like I said, do a light exfoliation on Miss Debbie. But in addition to that, it is going to also draw things out of her pores. So when I go in and do a light extraction, very light, very simple. Anything, I don't force anything at all. I will be able to do that with no problems at all.
This would be like a deep cleansing.
Which everybody really needs.
Yep.
I mean, you were talking about or asking what why people should see a professional. You know, we have the tools and products that aren't necessarily sold to everybody in order to actually do the deeper type of skin cleansing. I'm gonna squeeze out a bit here. Can you feel a little bit of the grit in there?
Feels good. I love facials. And normally when you're doing a facial, it's very relaxing. There's no talking, but we talking because we want y'all to know what's going on. But normally facials, there's not a lot of talking. I think only when you're gonna apply a product, you probably let the client know, but other than that, it's very relaxing.
People get music playing, soothing music. What I'm doing now is just doing a light massage over Miss Debbie's skin. And then I'm going to step away and let it dry a little bit, because it is a clay base, which is good. They don't have a lot of clay based mask anymore, and clay really draws out the oils in your skin and any impurities. So depending on, and Miss Debbie's a little on the dry side, so I'm not going to leave it on that long. And the other thing about facials that estheticians should tell you is that steam can be your friend or not your friend. So you don't necessarily want to do a lot of steam on somebody who's dry, because it's hot and it has some moisture on top, but when it dries out, it can make that person actually drier. It's nice at opening up the pores. Mine is cooling down, but
Should I let folks see my face?
yeah, you can sit.
So you guys can see, because I know you can't see a lot of me, but yeah.
So I'm gonna let that sit on Miss Debbie.
And that's one of the things I was gonna ask you about my my skin type. Look at it.
Yeah, you're more on the dry side, as I'm seeing right here. But at the same time, I do see some enlarged pores, or really, we call it pores commercially, but it's follicles, hair follicles. Just along here, but for the most part, Miss Debbie has bomb skin, you guys. It's just a little dry, that's all. So anything that's going to be hydrating, a light exfoliation, because that means she's going to flake a lot, especially when it's colder out. So anything with this hydrating is going to be good. Calming or hydrating, because with dry skin, you can actually irritate it along the same lines as you would with something that is meant for, like, sensitive skin. So I'm going to step off camera, and Miss Debbie, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll be right here.
Okay. So also what I like to do while our mask is really doing what it's supposed to do, I do like to give a nice light massage in the upper torso area. And what I use for the massage is doTERRA. It's a really good oil. They have sometimes oils that you can actually ingest. And it's just really good for the skin.
Anything good for the skin, I'm there. This is the only one I got.
Yes. And it's such an important organ, you know. It is. Some people just neglect it, not put on sunscreen. Let me know if it's too much pressure.
Oh no, girl.
Okay.
Look, I'm about to just fall asleep, but hey, but I'm recording, so I gotta stay awake.
And this isn't even my longest one. Normally I like to average about 45 minutes, but because it's Miss Debbie and she's recording, and she don't want to be on the table for no hour and a half, we just go ahead and we'll make it kind of like what you would expect for a miniature facial or an express facial for you ladies. It'll be a little shorter than this, maybe around 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So.
And what does the express facial consist of?
It consists of the deep cleanse, a wash. So you wash that off. We'll do a mask. So we're not going to do any extractions. And honestly, Miss Debbie, I don't really see anything that really needs to be extracted. We'll see when you take off your mask. And that pretty much. And then we'll follow up with a nice mist or toner at the end and some moisturizer. And if you ladies are going to do it during the day, you're going out later on, or will be exposed to any type of sun afterwards, I'll put an SPF on you as well. But please don't wait till you get a facial for it to be the first time you're using an SPF.
That needs to be your best friend.
Are you still there? Okay.
I told him in heaven.
She got real quiet, guys.
Telling you, if it wasn't because of our friends, I would be just fast asleep having me a good old time right now. How long have you been an esthetician now, Syreeta?
Oh, wow. So, 6 years? 6 years? So, and like we had discussed and studied, I had started doing it when I came out. You know, I had my own little space in a salon over in Great Falls, actually. And then, you know, work that I do, you know, work a full-time job. I kind of just went into the consulting mode. And then, especially when COVID hit, you know, people really were very nervous about it in those type of professions, which is, you know, understandable. So basically, I had just been doing the consulting and giving advice until Miss Debbie awoken me in my cave. It told me to come out of hiding.
And it's good for folks to know that you do consulting too. Anything you want to ask Syreeta in regards to skincare or makeup and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, ladies, you need to look at all those videos. Good free tips.
Yes.
Free tips. So go watch all the videos with Syreeta. She got good information for you.
And Ms. Debbie, I think we also need to do some tutorial or something online to record. Show people how to apply things so they're not afraid.
Yeah. Well, you know, the next one is going to be makeup. So. So now you're.
Oh, now I'm removing the mask. And I am going to then check Miss Debbie. Because basically what I did was I exfoliated her, and I also gave her a cleansing mask or a nice treatment to her pores all in one. So I just want to make sure that nothing came out, nothing needs any assistance coming out. If it did come to the top.
And what would be the assistance?
Just a nice light press.
Got you. And what made you decide to pursue this profession?
You know, I had really bad acne, and I couldn't get rid of it. Going to doctors, and the skincare specialist that I was going to, most of them didn't want to deal with my type of skin. So I actually just went to school to help myself. But then when I realized that there was such a large population of women of all colors who needed sound advice, where they weren't being ripped off and they were being told the truth, I decided that, you know what, I think I really want to do this. And I've always loved skin. I almost dropped out of college to go to. No, I did. I called my parents down to Ruby Tuesday down in Charlottesville, and I met them. And I said, I think I'm going to drop out of school and go to Aveda Institute over in Washington State. They said, yeah, you do that one day. We're going to finish this degree.
Which you did, and you did this too. So
yes,
the best of both worlds. Now, one of my issues is ingrown hair on my chin, and I know there are women with that same issue.
I felt that, Miss Debbie. We'll do a wax next time. I don't know if your guests would want to see that, the waxing process. So other ladies who are thinking about facial waxing, I know some people shy away because they don't know if it's going to hurt or what it all entails. We can definitely.
Well, I gotta think about that one. So what is this on my eyes now?
So on your eyes, I covered them up so it wouldn't be too bright, just some, wet cotton rounds. But what I'm doing now is I'm going in just to see a little closer, because she has a concern with ingrowns.
I use a sugar scrub that helps with my chin to put it here to pop up, and I do tweezing.
Okay.
Every day. It's like these things just show up.
I don't not see no photo. There's something here. So a lot of people use tools, like the metal, I call them modalities, but they want to take tweezers and press things out, you know, on those really cool videos on YouTube and TikTok where somebody's just like going all in with you know, with something that looks like a needle. Please don't do these things. Allow a professional to come in and do it. Do one more rinse as far as with the towel. And then what I'll end up doing, you guys, is I will be putting on a nice moisturizer, basically just to finish things up. And because this study has dry skin, what I'm going to do, let me get back on the camera. Because Miss Debbie has dry skin, and I did something that had, you know, a true chemical in it with the exfoliating mask, I am going to put something calming on her skin, just to make sure, since she had never had that type of mask before, that there's no weird reaction. Although there shouldn't be, but just want to make sure.
And one of the things that you talked about was the express
Facial.
and I think mini facial and so forth, 20 minutes, and then the full facial would be what, like 45 minutes?
About 45 minutes to an hour. For a basic one, you can definitely do one that's longer, but I don't necessarily, I need to know in advance what your concerns are before I bring on, because that's more equipment.
Right. But then you also have to factor in setup time.
Yes.
Because with you moving mobile, as you guys see, Syreeta has everything, but she has to set it up. So that also takes maybe a few minutes, not a few minutes,
like a half an hour.
Not half an hour. So make sure to factor that in whenever you ask Syreeta to do a facial for you. And which areas are you servicing, Syreeta?
So I am in Virginia, so I definitely service the Northern Virginia area. I will come down to Stafford because Miss Debbie's here. But I would love to have a lineup of places that I go. So if I know that individuals, there's 3 individuals in Stafford, I'll just dedicate a day to being down here. That I like to disclose with about eye creams. A lot of the times in marketing, especially to regular consumers over the counter, they say that they are getting something by way of an eye cream, and it's supposed to be different than what you would get for just a regular moisturizer. In a lot of cases, that's not the case. You're literally getting the same product. On top of that moisturizer that I just put on Miss Debbie, a balancing one, because she is dry and her skin literally drank that one up, I'm going to put a nice rich moisturizer on there on top of it, which is fine. The moisturizers don't necessarily, this one has a little bit of the shea butter in it, but the balancing one did not. It was water based, so that would be why it basically absorbed into her skin so fast. A balancing one is really great for sensitive skin. It really is just a bare basic moisturizer, but once you start getting things like ultra rich and brightening, there are additives in it. And so with Miss Debbie's dry skin, we're definitely looking at something that we need that's a lot richer. And I think she'll be a lot happier with this. sure the water here from Miss Debbie is done. And if you're gonna get a mini or express facial, it would be something like what I just gave Miss Debbie. Except for Miss Debbie, I targeted and use specific things mixed into the mask, and definitely with the massage oil that'll also relax her. There are different ones that I have, but with the eye cream specifically, I focus on the outer corners, and then when I did the moisturizer the first time, it was balancing to counteract any sensitivity that she may have that neither one of you and I would not know about, which is possible. And then I put a nice ultra rich moisturizer on her just to help seal everything, and I think her skin will love it for that.
Feels great. I feel rejuvenated. I'm ready for my birthday. And I'm telling you, ladies, if you have never had a facial, you don't know what you're missing out. You really need to treat yourself. Me time, me time. Even if it's once a year, treat yourself to a facial. And if you live in Virginia, especially as Syreeta was saying, northern area of Virginia, reach out to Syreeta and get booked. Treat yourself. Treat your skin. That's the most important thing. So.
And for the ladies in Maryland, I am going to, if there's enough of a demand, I will seek reciprocity out there, which basically means that I will be acknowledged and permitted to also do skincare out there. I had it in DC, but the need wasn't necessarily there, so that's why I just currently hold my VA license.
Yep. So Syreeta, thank you so much for this facial.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And hopefully Miss Debbie enjoyed it. She looked like a diva before.
Oh yeah.
But now
let me tell you, I enjoyed every bit. And the next time I'm having a facial, it will not be recorded because I'm going to relax and sleep off and enjoy my facial. So, well, friends, remember to go to Greater is Jesus in Me YouTube channel. And you know what to do. Subscribe now. Be blessed. And until next time.